Hi everyone, good morning. I wanted to do a quick video and talk about this whole tort reform issue that a lot of the insurance companies are raising. And you hear about it a lot, especially when you go to trial in jury selection. And so the insurance companies want to do this disinformation campaign, right? Where they want to say that all of these not all, but most of these plaintiffs that are bringing lawsuits are frivolous lawsuits, right? It's the lawsuit lottery. Like the people are bringing lawsuits in the civil justice system in order to make money. And it's like they're fakers. So how do you address that as an attorney, as someone who represents serious injury victims and their families? And when I step into a courtroom, how do I address that? And a lot of the times what the insurance company defense lawyers do is they intimate, right? They're not going to say, oh, you are a faker. Go out like that, but they're going to intimate. They're going to say, oh, you could have gone back to work, or oh, you stopped going to the doctor, but then you started later. Well, why did you have this gap in treatment, or whatever? All these different ways that they're going to intimate that you're a fraud, right? That you're just looking for a payday. So I think that there's two ways to really look at it. I think the first way is you have to understand the underlying current, right? It's kind of like when you're surfing and there's a wave. What's the underlying wave happening? The underlying wave is, are we talking about human values, individual values such as health and freedom of choice, or are we talking about corporate values? Corporate values are all about money, right? And so the insurance companies represent corporate values because all they care about is making money. And if you present them with a meritorious case of somebody who got injured, let's say a truck crashed into somebody and that person needs a spinal surgery or they have a traumatic brain injury, do you think that they could just present a claim to that insurance company and the insurance company will say, oh my God, poor human being. I see that you have the brain injury. I see that you have the back surgery. Let me give you $5 million. There's no way that's going to happen, right? The insurance companies are all about corporate values. So what do? They have to present this facade, right? This misinformation, disinformation campaign that you are a liar, a cheater, and a fraud in order to try to pay you less money. That's the only thing they can do because their job is to save money. And I see it time and time again. I have so many cases like somebody trips and falls and gets seriously injured. And you ask the insurance company for discovery and they say, objection, we don't have anything. How can you not have anything? But that's what they do. It's just they stonewall and they stymie and they block you. So you have to really make sure that the lawyer handling your case is a real warrior and resilient and is not going to give up. You can't work 40 hours a week. You got to have somebody who's just going to work whatever number of hours a week there are in a week, just going to go for it and somebody who has a passion for trial, right? Somebody who is that real warrior for justice. And this whole concept of a lawsuit lottery is really upsetting because what they're essentially saying is that you're filing a lawsuit in order to make money. But if you are truly, injured, if you're seriously injured, then just think about that. So keep that in mind about the difference between corporate values and human values. And when you're trying a case like that, sometimes what you have to do is be brutally honest with the jurors. And you have to just say, listen, is my client, everything you've seen about my client, John Smith or Jane Doe, everything you've seen about this individual, you've seen their circle of friends, you've seen their family members, you've seen their neighbors, their coworkers, you've seen the types of things that they've done and the type of life that they've lived. You've seen what their life was like before this tragic accident, and you've seen how their life has changed and become a completely different path after this injury. Are they a liar, a cheater, and a fraud? Or are they that seriously injured individual who's coming here into a courtroom just to get what's right, to recover, to get back on their feet, to get to the same place they were before this tragedy happened? It's up for you to decide. And I think that type of argument really nips all this lawsuit lottery right in the bud. and sends the insurance company packing and sends you home with maximum financial compensation. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day. I'll talk to you soon.